everyone, welcome to the build. This is my Unbreakable build. Well, perfect Unbreakable. Now there are some improvements, but we will get straight into it and I'll go through those improvements with you. Now we're obviously utilising LMGs for this build, and as I say, it's not quite ideal, but it is pretty damn good. Now it's 31.5k on the LMG, which is good now. 550 RPM. 135 in the mag, Allegro, unhinged, and transmission. Pretty standard setups. The way I've modded this one, if we just pop down, is to do 8% damage to elites, 5% damage to elites. We got 10% stability and 35 rounds. It's all pretty standard for damage output. Next up, we're using the Merciless. The reason we're using that is for brutality, 5% chance to get 100% extra explosive damage. That is for when I do fully increase this build. It's not quite there yet, and as I say, I'll go through why that is. But it's still pretty good. Right, so the other thing I could use at this point is a Pestilence, and I have used that. I use that as well, just for crowd control. Right, so straight onto the mask. We got 48% damage to elites and a pretty good health roll with DTE. But realistically, I want that to be this Petrov mask. If I could find one with damage to elites on, or one with hard hitting on, and I could roll either the high damage to elites or the hard hitting onto it, this is what I'd be using for another 10% damage, because obviously I'm using LMGs. So not ideal. To be honest, the Providence is pretty useless at that point. This is the bit of the build that's really good, which is the 0 F's perfect Unbreakable, 100% damage. Stop worry, 100% armor back after all your armor's depleted. But it had really bad rolls on it. It had critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and a small health roll. If this had weapon damage on, and I could have put a good armor roll on, or vice versa, good armor roll could have put a weapon damage on. Yet again, I could get a 15% weapon damage on here. What I have got though is these fantastic mods, 6% extra LMG, 4% extra rifle damage. Ideal for this build. So yeah, I've got these all over the place, to be honest, just because it increases my damage so much. Next up is Healer Guard. Didn't really want 3 pieces, but it gets me all the mods I want. But this one's great. Armor on kill, high health roll, which I can now increase. So I can probably get that to about 45,000 now. So that's going to just help me out as I go along. And another 12% LMG damage and another 8% rifle damage. You can't really get much better than that with the mods. So very happy with the holster. No real improvement needed there. Backpack. I need it to be something else, to be honest. If I had a Healer Guard with Spike on, which is what I'm looking for. Spike, hardened, good armor roll, got a good weapon damage roll on there. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, if I could get it something to do the DNH, or maybe even another Petrov one, then I'd be very happy. And then I can move the mask to somewhere else. Actually put a China light in, because if I could get a China light in on the mask, it'd be great. I'd love to do it on this backpack, but it's impossible with the stats that I've got there. I dropped too many blues and reds. I need my 11 and I need my 9 spark to kick off. Right, next up are my knee pads. No, my gloves. Sorry. Next up are my gloves for the Alps Summit. The reason we use these is because they've got a red mod slot, let's not lie, but it does add me for 12% LMG damage, 5% weapon damage, and another 6% LMG damage. So that is 23% LMG damage on these gloves alone. 21% rifle, 9% rifle damage on these gloves alone. So it's very much geared towards damage and survivability. Healer Guard, because I could put the red on, but it gives me 2 blue slots. I'm not so bothered about critical hit damage or critical hit chance, but I needed another red. That's the only reason. And this gives me some explosive resistance, which is very important in TU6. Those grenade launchers hit like a train. And it gives you a very
decent set of armour as well. So all of it, the only problem with that, obviously, it's got empowered on. I'd prefer that to have patience on it. So yeah, it's not ideal, as I say. The last thing is I would not have this specialization on. I'd be using demolitionist for the extra explosive damage and for ignoring an explosion every 60 seconds, plus some survivability things and very good ad control. But the truth of the matter is I'm just leveling this one up at the moment. That's all it is, but I would definitely use a demolitionist on this when I have the spike out and I have either patience or extra explosive damage for 40% down the bottom. Those would be my ideal ones here. So the backpack, that's the thing that's really letting me down here. So I just wanted to go over it again. I just need spike and I can't find one anywhere. Not for the healer guard. RNG is not my friend today. But anyway, we have a look over here now. That's basically the build. I will get 700,000 armor effectively, 351,000 times 2 because of perfect unbreakable. So, as I say, extremely survivable. So if we go over to the stats now, yeah, it just comes down, it doesn't matter, through the top skills. That's just all my active skills. Good weapon damage, 31k. Not so bothered about critical hit chance, critical hit damage, or headshot damage. We're not hitting a lot of those. It's so unstable. Unless we're really close in their face, we're just hitting them because it bounces around like anything, this thing. Obviously unhinged, minus 25% weapon handling. But it has got 38% all weapon damage and 47% LMG damage. So 85% weapon damage on a build with effectively 700k armor. That's pretty good. Rifles, still got some decent damage on that. 65% overall. I can live with that. But our main thing is our LMG. And we have 93% damage to elites. That's just phenomenal in TU6. You do not get that in very easily in TU6, put it that way. As I say, 700,000 armor and 85% weapon damage, which I can increase with the right chest piece and the right Petrov thing to 110%. It really is a very good build that shreds a lot of enemies for PvE. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you need anything else at all, just hit me up and I'll be posting more videos as we go along. Thanks.